Look what Elon's going through right now,
I was going to talk to you about this, yeah.
I mean, if you look at what Elon's going through right now, who the hell wants to be Elon? Why would you? I mean, think about it right now. Imagine you got $245 billion right now.
Yeah.
You're worth $300 billion. You're going to go buy Twitter and be the most hated man in America.
What is your take on it?
You know, first of all, heroes, depending on the levels of hero, are born based on tension. If there is tension, there's resistance, and you stand up, then you're a hero. So the more the resistance, the bigger the hero, okay? They're trying to tarnish, destroy his reputation at the highest level, and he's standing up saying, go F yourself, and says, yeah, Bob. You know, when he says Bob, you know who he's talking about.
Disney CEO.
Bob Iger, Disney CEO, right? You're seeing guys like Elon inspiring others to say, I want to have a backbone. You just saw Connor right now saying, what are you doing to my country? Like, this is when you're starting to see, hey, I like the fact that you got pride in what you're doing. I like the fact that you got pride in certain values and principles that you got going on. And Elon's definitely got that. If Elon doesn't buy Twitter, you think YouTube would have been looser today? YouTube would have been tighter today. What Elon did with Twitter, he opened up the floodgates for everybody. Two companies. Spotify not dropping Rogan.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Yeah.
Elon buying Twitter. And I would even put Rumble in there with what Chris is doing.
Right.
These three companies got everybody to be like, whoa, we have competition now, guys. We can no longer bully.
We can't just control.
We can't.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. Why did Elon say, go F yourself? Let me say it one more time. Go F yourself, right? Why did he say that? Because he has money. He doesn't need your money. He doesn't need advertisers' money. So he has put himself in a position to not need the advertisers' money, so he can't say that. Now, flip it, okay? If your name is...
But do you think Elon could sustain Twitter without advertisers' money?
Well, here's this is going to be a great case study, by the way. There's a big risk to it, right?
Yeah.
So the greatest risk to it is the people that support what Elon is doing, they have to keep him in business. If you support what Elon is doing, you got to support him financially. You got to support him by defending him. You got to support him by making sure that he makes it, the company makes it. That's what customers have to do. What's happened with Disney? You know what people have said with Disney? I'm canceling my membership.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. So this is what happens when you forget who the customer is. You make some mistakes. And Elon is trying to say, this is who I am. So the people who respect his boldness have to jump in there and say, how can I help you? How can I support you? Like, imagine how many kids Elon is inspiring. Like, we don't even know the next layer of 50,000 Elons that are, I'm going to be Elon, I'm going to be Elon. Think about what they're going to be doing. We're not going to see that for 20 years.
Yeah.
So the point is, these guys that are standing up, they're inspiring an entire different generation of people. But Elon also needs the backing from the people who support him to also defend him. That's how we show support to a certain value and principle that we're about as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, I love what he's done. I love what he's doing.
We need to talk more like Elon. Dana gets up there and says, go F yourself, go this. Like, yeah, backbone. Stand up and say no to some of the money. Elon's got 160 million followers on Twitter. We started telling other people, this guy's a freaking badass. We used to only tell 3 people about Elon. Then it went to 20 people about Elon. Now it's like to everybody. What happened? Because he went like this.
Yeah.
And we said,
fucking did.
Dude, I got your back. You're my kind of a guy, right? So that mindset, Bradley, is freaking liberating because you're going to find your gang, your army of people that are like-minded like you that are going to make you feel safe and say, I'm not the only crazy one here. There's other people like me.
Yeah.
The profile of an Elon Musk, okay, is anti-authority. Don't tell me what to do. You can't tell the profile of an Elon Musk of what to do. You can't do it. However, the good and the bad and the ugly comes with it because if he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. If he's got a real enemy, you don't need to worry about him destroying his enemy. He's going to destroy his enemy because no one's more obsessed about it than him. And by the way, I'm telling you, today he's above Trump.
Why do you say that?
Because he has more power today than Trump does.
Mm-hmm.
Today, he's ahead of Trump. When we did our top media ranking for Valuation. Rob, if you can pull it up, we put a top 50 most influential media names in media, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you type in, you'll see Valuation. This one right here. If you guys haven't gone through this list, and we went from, and by the way, it was some of the names we had on the list. People are like, wow, media to me doesn't mean you're going to like them or disagree with them. I think we start off with number 50 being, keep going through it. I think it's Como 50, and then it goes all the way down. And you can see all these names that we have here. Look at the names we got. Left, right, center, it doesn't matter. You hate, you love, it's going to be there, right? But go all the way down to number 1. Yeah, Elon Musk is number 1.
Yeah.
Ahead of Trump today, okay? So when you are enemy of the state number 1, you have targets, you have threats, you have more cameras, all eyes on you, and they're just looking at something. So imagine if a judge is able to use this and go to SEC and say you are no longer capable of being the CEO and the chairman of the board of X. Now who loses? You lose. Mm-hmm. You. Mm-hmm. You don't want that. And so the same guidelines that apply to an employee at Tesla, at SpaceX, applies to the founder, because you're an employee.
Yeah.
I may be the founder. I'm still an employee. So those guidelines don't get somebody to say, well, you can get away with it, because it doesn't do that. So I'm just talking like a board member is what I'm talking about, and the mindset of a founder that doesn't like authority telling them what to do. I'm just saying you have to be a little bit careful, because you're extra targeted.
No, and I understand that, but my point is, though, I go back to the why, and the why is, and you nailed it, it's because he's such a threat, because he's letting us speak. He's letting us see the stories, and you nailed it.
Yeah.
He is a freaking threat.
Don't give them another. They're gonna already make a bunch of shit up about you. They're already gonna defame you. They're already gonna do character assassination. They already hate you.
Yes.
Don't give them additional ammunition. Twitter, ran by Elon Musk, will be $1 trillion company within 3 to 5 years. And that's the latest, which means I think this is $1 trillion company. I think that 40 goes to $1 trillion. That's 25x. You put $1 million, you're going to make 25. You put $10 million, you're going to make 250. You put $100,000, it's going to be a $2.5 million investment, because if Facebook's worth $1 trillion, if Google's worth $1 trillion, if Amazon's worth 2, if I think Apple's worth 3, whatever the number is, this is going to be $1 trillion company, because the people that ran Twitter, they don't know how to make money, and Elon knows how to make money. He's going to create different chips. Right. Whether it's going to be, you want a blue chip to get rid of the bots, $4.99 a month. You want an additional, benefit to do this, $19.99 a month. And you want the ultimates, it's $100 a month. He's going to make money off of Twitter. And he's going to bring so many different ideas that nobody's even thinking about. Most people think Tesla is a car company. It's a battery company. That's why he doesn't like selling Tesla, because he knows Tesla's going to be a $10 trillion company. And he knows he's going to be the first trillionaire in the world. He's probably 2 to 5 years away from being a trillionaire. This guy's going to be a trillionaire. We're going to have a trillionaire within the next 24 to 60 months. But Twitter, by this guy running it, I have a feeling this thing's going to go to the roof, because he ain't going to slow down. FYI, more and more I listen to him, he may be the most annoying person to anybody that doesn't like freedom of speech, to anybody who loves control, because you can't do nothing to this guy, okay? AOC goes to sleep every night. Everyone has nightmares or dreams. She goes to sleep every night about a man named Elon Musk. She has nightmares about him every flipping night. And it's non-stop. It's going to keep happening, because this guy's not going to slow down. He's not going to be somebody that's going to sit on the sideline saying, oh, okay, let me take it a little bit easy this week. No. You say something to him, he's coming back at you. And he's got a bigger mic. And that mic is Twitter. I think Elon is a very different kind of guy. He's a once-in-a-generation type of guy. But he'll be the first trillionaire the way he's going right now. So, folks, if you hate billionaires, I don't know what you're going to do to trillionaires, because one is around the corner. We need to be more in an environment for us to be able to have these types of discussions, and it's happening. Big part of it is because Elon bought Twitter. If Elon doesn't buy Twitter, these types of discussions don't take place. Imagine if Elon doesn't buy Twitter. Where the hell is Tucker Carlson right now?
Nowhere.
Actually, think about it. Elon doesn't buy Twitter. It's coming up 1 year anniversary of Tucker getting fired. If Elon doesn't buy Twitter, where is Tucker's content going?
Valuation, hopefully. No, good call. But you're right. He's not out there.
I'll just say one thing. I fully agree with you, PBD, that we need more conversation. We need more dialogue. We even need more debate.
Who is the number one customer service representative in America today? It's a guy named Elon Musk. He's worth $200 billion. He reads what people say. You can't get any Fortune 500 CEO to come out there and talk to its customers. They're locked up in the 80th floor all the way to the top, and they don't go around talking to people. This guy's like, okay, let us look at, good point, we'll work on that. It's not a bad idea, let us look into it. So, what do you mean by this? This is a revolutionary type of guy.
Do you think it's a bad use of his time to be responding to people in that way?
No, not to him.
How long should he do it for?
You have to know, if you're as curious as he is, you know people who are using your product know more about the product than you do. You only have one lens, okay? You have to get other lenses that show your blind spots. Like even right here, right? Okay, you know, he's doing what he's doing, but that guy's gonna say, look at the camera this way, move that. Can you see that the logos that we're not getting sponsored? How about this? Musk has that.
Do you know what it is?
It's very, very unique.
It's like Conor McGregor saying that he's gonna fight again. Who knows if he's gonna fight again? Because his brand is wrapped around him as a fighter, not him as a retired fighter. Elon answering 5 tweets a day is just a reminder, yo, I'm listening. I'm here and this is my company.
Like an attention lottery.
That's it. That's it. So not only tweet at me, but know when you're tweeting on Elon's platform. You're driving a Tesla, that's Elon's car. And all of us are literally invested in Elon. If some random person bought Tesla, I'd probably take my money out of Tesla. I am invested in Elon, and Tesla is my ability to invest in Elon the man. If there was a stock that was just Elon stock, and it kind of wrapped up all his different ventures, we would invest in that.
If I told you Hyundai did more revenue last year than Tesla, you would probably, somebody should go out there asking questions saying, who do you think had a bigger top line revenue last year, Hyundai or Tesla? Out of 100 people, how many people you think are going to say Hyundai?
90. Oh, I'm sorry.
Of course.
Yeah.
So what's the point? The market is simply wanting the answer to a question they asked many years ago. Is this a car company or is this a technology company? Now, no one knows the real answer to the question, okay? Nobody does except for one person. When Elon is asking for a $55 billion package, what's he saying, Tom? If I want to be driving value for this company, I need to know that I can make $55 billion. And Elon doesn't ask for salary. Elon is only asking for, not for the negotiations that I've seen over the years. All he asks for is, if I increase the company's valuation, I want this much money. So for example, he's probably asking, if I'm able to increase Tesla's valuation to $2 trillion, I want to get $55 billion. The average shareholder should say what to that? Yeah, of course, take it. Take the $55 billion, no problem, right? So this judge is getting in the way. I fully understand what the market's concern is to see if Tesla is going to become a tech-enabled company or not, if Tesla is going to go become a battery company that everybody else is going to use. You know how many people right now around the world are not asking him to use his batteries that he's setting up in America right now? They're going through him. That may take another 3, 5, 10 years until he owns all of it, right? Until he owns all of it. So for the people that are with him and are long-term thinkers, they fully understand what Elon is going through right now. For the people that are concerned, those concerned people are short-term investors that have to go explain to their clients that, guess what? Well, you know, maybe the better thing to do is, you know, Elon's going through a lot of things right now with Twitter and all this other stuff. Yes, there is a combination of the Twitter people that they fear that he controls Twitter. There's a combination of those people that he's too loud on his freedom of speech guy. There's a combination of the people that are waiting for this thing to become a tech-enabled company because the revenues are skyrocketing. There's a combination of the people that are wondering where's the truck, the cyber truck that we thought was going to be XYZ. And there's a combination of him being a mad scientist, which only a mad scientist could run a company to $1 trillion valuation. None of those guys there are alive operating the company. The only person there that's operating the company that started it from nothing to pretty much here, not nothing, too small to what it is here, it's Elon Musk. And on top of that, he runs another company called SpaceX. He runs another company called Twitter. He runs another company called Boring Company. He runs another, I can go on
Neuralink,
and on and on.
they
and
just
on.
put their first
Neuralink
chip in someone's brain the other day.
He's got 10 kids.
Wow.
So try to figure all that stuff. And he's a celebrity that's going to parties, that's going to gatherings, that's traveling to all these other places.
I love him.
5% a pretty good comp package for like a CEO? Like if you say, hey, you know, valuation increase and what we do here, we'll give you 5%. Is that pretty good?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I happen to know, I won't say it out loud, but we both know a prominent CEO that has been offered as much as 3 times that. What's 5% of $1 trillion?
50 billion.
Wow.
That's exactly the math I was doing earlier when I said 55 billion. He's saying I want to increase the valuation to $1.9 trillion.
I was taking
and
it
they're
back
afraid
to
of
comp
it.
to let people.
I'd have no problem with it. But the judge doesn't understand capitalism. The judge, all they understand is his tweets. The judge doesn't understand what it is to run a company, taking up calls at 3 o'clock in the morning and waking up at 6 o'clock to do a conference call on East Coast. No, you don't know the life of an operator. It was actually a conversation I was having yesterday with a good friend. A guy says, you know, what do you do in a situation like this when you're taking over a company and you're Elon, okay? Do you fire everybody? They don't like working for a guy like you where you're not letting people work from home. You want people to be there every day. You want people driving. And all of a sudden, like, they see you as a dictator, Elon. They don't see you as a, what's the word, understanding, compassionate, empathetic.
Yeah.
Everybody knows when you leave at 2:30. Some people don't like that. But you know what else is the benefit of working with a guy like Elon? Here's what happens when you work with a guy like Elon. 5-10 years later, when there is a going public opportunity or an experience like that, and you're sitting there saying, babe, did you see how much money just hit the account? Did these people know we're like regular people? That's like a big check. Yeah, but don't act like you're worth it. Yeah, so this is a great meeting where, Paul, let me give you my feedback about what's taking place here.
Nothing to see here.
But you have to. I asked Peter, I said, Peter, you ever worked with a crazy founder before? Not like this. Never seen something like this. I'm like, well, that's what's going to take. So as a jockey, I'm a fan of the jockey. Him being the jockey. The business, I thought Tesla, too many people who were fanboys, who thought that it's just because it's him, it's going to kill it. It's down 85% for the year.
Good
By
thing
the way,
I sold.
But the point is, it's at the right number right now.
Probably.
It's around the number it should be, give or take. Maybe it's still not at the number it needs to be.
Yep.
But long, if it's a long investment, I think it's a good long investment. I think a lot of people got killed last year. By the way, a lot of people made money last year as well. Citadel, Ken Griffin made $16 billion last year. You don't make $16 billion during a flat economy or even slightly down. You make it because you were shorting certain stocks. And some of the famous stocks to short last year, hence the company and the boy you love the most, your guy Elon Musk. Like, I've never been a fan of the product. I've never been one that has gone. And by the way, one of my best friends, every time, he named his son Elon.
Wow.
Okay? That's qualified. Okay, he owns Teslas. Stocks, all of it.
Yeah.
Total fan of that stuff. I'm not that camp.
Yeah.
What I do like is the following. Just so you know, when you leave this place, you best say thank you to Elon.
Okay.
You owe him a thanks. Okay. A big thanks. The topic of differences and all.
You said he was going to have to thank Elon for something.
Yeah, because without Elon, you and I wouldn't have tweeted each other. He's running Twitter right now. At the time, Elon Musk was worth $2 billion. At the time, people still didn't give him credibility, saying he's just selling an overpriced car. He's always late on his delivery. He wants to go to space. What the hell does this guy know about going to space? You have no clue what you're talking about, this Elon. You guys are in love with a guy that's going to lose everything. He's a nobody. This is 2012, 10 years ago. 10 years later, he goes from $2 billion to the richest man in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, $300 billion. Forget about the Saudi people. $300 billion in America, right? $2 billion to $300 billion. What's the moral of the story? Here's the moral of the story. When he sold PayPal sold for $1.5 billion. His net was 180. Do you know what he did with that 180? Do you know the story or no? Out of the 180, he put money in 3 different companies. And I'll give you the companies, and I want you to tell me which one you think he put the most money in. Solar City was one. Tesla's another one. SpaceX is another one. Out of the 180, which of those 3 companies do you think he put the most money in? That's what I thought as well. But he put $100 million in SpaceX.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. He put 70 in Tesla and 10 million in Solar City.
Wow.
But he put 100 million in SpaceX. Most people don't know this. He put less in Tesla than SpaceX.
That's interesting.
Why
Very
did he?
interesting.
Because growing up, his obsession was when he read that book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy or something like that, he's been wanting to go to space since he was a kid. When you do what you do because it's the love of the game, you can't stop.
Right.
Musk is playing a game. He's not in business. People don't realize this.
Do you think Elon is choosing the right enemy with Disney and all these, other brands and advertisers?
Yes, because I think Elon is choosing his vision over wanting to cave to these guys who have ESG money from BlackRock, from State Street, from Vanguard, and he's telling them, no, I don't need your money. There's power in saying no to sponsorship. Can you imagine a guy comes in and says, I'll give you $1 million for you to do a 1 minute, whatever, and I need you to do this. And you say, no, I'll give you 2 million. Brother, you give me 20 million, I'm not going to do it. You know how much power there's in the no? You know how much power there's in a guy to say, don't do it.